Solving 100 LeetCode problems is a milestone many aspiring software engineers aim for, but what does it really mean for your interview success? The journey starts with late nights, countless attempts, and the hope that each problem brings you closer to landing your dream job. However, as you progress, you realize that simply solving problems isn't the same as getting hired. Experience teaches you that interviews reward not just your problem count, but your ability to think clearly and adapt when things get messy. Let's explore what truly matters in coding interviews and how this journey can transform your approach. Problem 20, you feel a sense of progress. Each new challenge seems to build your confidence. You start to recognize familiar concepts and patterns, and your coding speed improves. But the reality is, interviews don't reward how many problems you've solved. They reward how you approach problems, especially when things aren't straightforward. This realization is crucial as you move forward, shifting your focus from quantity to quality and depth of understanding. The time you reach problem 50, your confidence kicks in. You start to believe you're ready for interviews. But then, reality sets in. Interviews are not about the number of problems you've solved. They're about how you think, how you communicate, and how you handle unexpected challenges. This shift in perspective is what separates successful candidates from the rest. One of the biggest lessons is that patterns beat problem count. First, every problem feels new. Arrays, trees, graphs all seem intimidating. But soon you realize that problems repeat. Not the exact question, but the underlying pattern. Recognizing patterns like two pointers, sliding window, binary search, DFS, and BFS is key. Instead of asking if you've solved a problem before, start asking what pattern is hiding within it. This mindset unlocks dozens of problems and shows interviewers your true understanding. Let's look at a classic example, the sliding window technique. This approach is used to solve problems involving subarrays or substrings. By maintaining a window and adjusting its size based on certain conditions, you can efficiently solve many problems. Understanding this pattern allows you to tackle variations and impress interviewers with your depth of knowledge. It's not about memorizing solutions, but about mastering the underlying concepts. Recognizing patterns is a game changer. Once you understand the core ideas behind common techniques, you can apply them to a wide range of problems. Interviews love patterns because they demonstrate your ability to generalize and adapt. This approach shows that you're not just solving individual problems, but building a toolkit for tackling new challenges. Speed feels impressive, but clarity gets offers. Early on, you might rush to code quickly, hoping to impress interviewers. However, this often backfires. Interviewers are not racing you, they're watching how you think. A slow, clear solution is always better than a fast, messy one. Focus on explaining your approach, breaking the problem into steps, and discussing trade-offs before you start coding. Give your interview process as a structured flow. Problem right arrow, approach right arrow, edge cases right arrow, code. This method ensures you don't panic or rush into coding without a plan. Instead, you calmly analyze the problem, consider possible pitfalls, and then implement your solution. This structured thinking is highly valued by interviewers and sets you apart from candidates who jump straight into code. Most candidates solve the happy path, the straightforward scenario. Few handle the ugly cases, like empty input, all values being the same, negative numbers, or huge sizes. Handling edge cases is where interviews are won. Before writing code, pause and ask yourself about these possibilities. This habit shows maturity and separates you from 80% of candidates. Consider these edge cases. What if the input is empty? What if all values are the same? What if numbers are negative? What if the size is huge? Thinking through these scenarios before coding helps you build robust solutions and demonstrates your thoroughness to interviewers. It's a simple habit that can make a big difference in your interview performance. Try running your code out loud is a powerful technique. Instead of just thinking through your solution, verbalize each step. For example, with input 1, 2, 3, 4 and k equals 5, walk through each addition and adjustment. This practice helps you catch bugs early and builds instant confidence. Interviewers appreciate this because it shows control and attention to detail. Try running your code does two things. It finds bugs early and builds confidence instantly. Interviewers love this approach because it shows you have control over your solution and can articulate your thought process. Practicing dry runs regularly can help you avoid common mistakes and improve your performance during interviews. Communication is a skill, not a bonus. You can solve the problem and still fail if you don't communicate your approach. Interviews are not just coding tests, they are thinking conversations. A strong candidate explains their reasoning, discusses trade-offs, and articulates their choices. Silence signals doubt, while clear communication signals confidence and understanding. Strong candidate sounds like this: I am considering a sliding window approach because the problem asks for a continuous subarray. This simple statement signals clarity and confidence. Interviewers are looking for candidates who can explain their thought process and justify their choices. Practice articulating your approach to stand out. You do not need to solve 300 problems. Depth matters more than quantity. 100 problems done right is better than 300 done blindly. Real preparation means understanding the pattern, being able to explain it, tweak it, and solve variations. Focus on mastering concepts rather than just increasing your problem count. What does it mean to solve problems done right? It means you understand the underlying pattern, can explain it clearly, tweak it for variations, and solve related problems. This level of understanding is what interviewers are looking for. It's not about memorizing answers, but about building a flexible and deep problem-solving toolkit. LeetCode trains your brain, but mock interviews train your nerves. The difference is real. When someone watches you solve a problem, your thinking changes, pressure increases, and mistakes become visible. This is where growth happens. Even one mock interview per week can transform your performance and prepare you for the real thing. Practicing mock interviews regularly helps you adapt to real interview conditions. You learn to handle pressure, articulate your thoughts, and identify areas for improvement. This practice is invaluable for building confidence and refining your interview skills. Don't underestimate the power of mock interviews in your preparation. Interviews are not just about data structures and algorithms, DSA. DSA gets you in the room, but it doesn't get you the offer alone. You also need to understand system design basics, discuss real projects, and tell clear stories. A simple architecture explanation can make a huge impact and help you stand out. Understanding system design is essential. For example, explaining a simple architecture, client right arrow, API gateway right arrow service, layer right arrow database. If you can describe your past work in this way, you demonstrate clarity and depth. Interviewers appreciate candidates who can break down complex systems into understandable parts. Discussing real projects during interviews is crucial. Share your experiences, challenges, and solutions. Explain how you approach problems, made decisions, and learned from mistakes. This storytelling demonstrates your practical knowledge and ability to apply concepts in real-world scenarios. Clear storytelling can make a huge impact in interviews. When you explain your past work, focus on the problem, your approach, the outcome, and what you learned. This structure helps interviewers understand your thinking and see your growth. Practice telling your story to highlight your strengths. After 100 problems, the biggest lesson is simple. It was never about the number. It was about how you approached each problem. The shift is from solving to understanding, from coding to explaining, and from rushing to thinking. This mindset is the real game in interviews and sets you up for success. Difference between solving and understanding is crucial. Solving means getting the right answer, but understanding means knowing why and how. Interviewers value candidates who can explain their reasoning, adapt to variations, and demonstrate deep comprehension. Focus on building this level of understanding. Coding is important, but explaining your approach is even more valuable. Interviewers want to see how you break down problems, consider alternatives, and justify your choices. Practice articulating your thought process and discussing trade-offs to demonstrate your expertise. Rushing through problems can lead to mistakes and missed opportunities. Thinking carefully about your approach, considering edge cases, and planning your solution is far more effective. Interviewers appreciate candidates who take their time to deliver clear, thoughtful answers. LeetCode is a powerful tool for learning technology concepts, software development, and engineering principles. It helps you build a strong foundation in data structures and algorithms, which are essential for technical interviews. Use LeetCode to deepen your understanding and practice applying concepts. Stackademic is a learning hub for programmers, developers, coders, and engineers. Its goal is to democratize free coding education for the world. By participating in communities like Stackademic, you gain access to valuable resources, support, and opportunities to grow as a software professional. Senior software developers often share lessons, stories, and real experiences that reflect the challenges and rewards of the tech industry. Learning from these insights helps you prepare for interviews, understand industry expectations, and develop a mindset for continuous growth. The journey doesn't end after 100 problems. Continuous growth is essential in the tech industry. Keep learning, practicing, and refining your skills. Stay curious, seek feedback, and embrace challenges. This mindset will help you succeed in interviews and throughout your career. Platforms like Stackademic aim to democratize coding education, making it accessible to everyone. Take advantage of free resources, online communities, and collaborative learning to enhance your preparation. Sharing knowledge and supporting others creates a positive environment for growth. Learning from experienced professionals, mentors, and peers is invaluable. Listen to their stories, ask questions, and apply their advice to your own journey. This collaborative approach accelerates your learning and helps you avoid common pitfalls. Staying motivated is key to success. Set goals, track your progress, and celebrate milestones. Motivation comes from seeing improvement, overcoming challenges, and knowing you're moving closer to your career aspirations. Keep pushing forward, even when it gets tough. Every journey has challenges. Late nights, difficult problems, and moments of doubt are all part of the process. Embrace these challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Each obstacle you overcome builds resilience and prepares you for future success. Take time to reflect on your progress. Review the problems you've solved, the patterns you've learned, and the skills you've developed. Reflection helps you identify strengths, areas for improvement, and next steps in your preparation. After reaching a milestone like 100 problems, set new goals for yourself. Aim to deepen your understanding, practice mock interviews, and explore system design. Setting clear goals keeps you focused and motivated as you continue your journey. Feedback is a powerful tool for improvement. Seek feedback from mentors, peers, and interviewers. Use it to refine your approach, address weaknesses, and build confidence. Embracing feedback accelerates your growth and prepares you for future challenges. Curiosity drives innovation and learning. Stay curious about new technologies, algorithms, and industry trends. Explore topics beyond LeetCode, such as system design, project management, and communication skills. This curiosity will help you stay ahead and adapt to changing demands. The tech industry is constantly evolving. Adapt to changes by learning new skills, embracing new tools, and staying flexible. Being adaptable makes you a valuable candidate and prepares you for a successful career in software development. Building a support network of mentors, peers, and communities is essential. Collaborate, share knowledge, and support each other. A strong network provides encouragement, guidance, and opportunities for growth. Celebrate your successes, big and small. Each solved problem, each mock interview, and each new skill is a step forward. Recognizing your achievements boosts motivation and reminds you of how far you've come. Preparation doesn't stop after interviews. Continue learning, practicing, and adapting. Stay engaged with communities, seek new challenges, and keep building your skills. This ongoing preparation ensures you're ready for future opportunities. Developing the right mindset is key to interview and career success. Focus on understanding, communication, and continuous improvement. Approach each challenge with curiosity, resilience, and a willingness to learn. This mindset will help you achieve your goals and thrive in the tech industry. To summarize, solving 100 LeetCode problems teaches you that interviews are about understanding patterns, communicating clearly, handling edge cases, and practicing under pressure. Focus on depth, not quantity, and embrace continuous growth. These lessons will guide you through interviews and beyond. The real game in interviews is not about how many problems you've solved, but how you approach each one. Shift your mindset from solving to understanding, from coding to explaining, and from rushing to thinking. With these lessons, you'll be ready to tackle interviews and build a successful career in tech.